So we begin with November 2018, question number 1. A says, explain the following terms as used in decision theory. One is opportunity loss, and number 2 is the expected value of perfect information. That's what you are supposed to explain. That is the question of November 2018. Question 1A. And this question has come from what we call decision theory. It is coming from decision theory. So in decision theory, when we talk about opportunity loss is the difference between a specific payoff and the highest value and the highest payoff in a particular outcome. That is what we call opportunity loss in decision theory. Is the difference between a specific payoff and the highest payoff in a particular outcome. Some people would also want to define it, although that's now more in economics, as the benefits lost for not choosing a particular option. The benefits lost for not choosing a particular option. Then, number 2, we are told to define the expected value of perfect information. Expected value of perfect information is the maximum price one would be willing to pay. One would be willing to pay in order to acquire a particular set of information, a particular set of information. That is what we refer to as expected value of perfect information. So I think we are okay with that. And if that is true, I would wish to proceed to part B of the question. So part B says, Outline three assumptions of the transportation model. Three assumptions of the transportation model. So have you finished copying this one? Have you finished copying? Andika yes, nione, yes, Zabel, Najma, Paswell, Wabui, Siobua, Mohammed. Those yeses are not enough. Today, Aisha. Okay, I still need some more yeses, given by the number of the attendants. Yes, Quinta, yes, Pospori. Charity, good. So those are enough. So question 1B is coming from linear programming. Linear programming, and specifically it is about assumptions of transport model. Assumptions of transport model. Assumptions of transport model. Assumptions of transport model. Number one of the assumptions is that the supply available is equal to demand required. That's a major assumption, that the supply that we have, the total supply, is equal to the demand that we have. Number two is that all the items can be conveniently transported from sources to destinations. So the items that we are dealing with, we can conveniently transport them from the source to the destination. The other assumption is that transport cost is definite or is defined. It is well known. It's not keeping on changing. Another assumption that you can bring there the objective is to minimize total costs. The objective is to minimize total costs. Another one is that unit transport cost is independent of number of units transported. So the cost per unit is not depending or is not changing as the units changes. As the units changes. As the number of units transported changes. So have you finished copying? Okay, good. Yes. So if we are finished, we proceed. We are now in part C of the question. Which says that a company operates under two departments, P and Q. Details relating to a sample of employees working in the two departments are being provided as follows. Number of employees and the average monthly salary and the standard deviation. Now determine whether there is any significant difference between the average monthly salaries of employees working in the two departments. And you use a significance level of 5%. You use a significant level of 5%. So that question sorry for that name. So the question is coming from Hypothesis testing. That is the question of November 2019, 2018, 2018. Question 1C. Now, this question is coming from what we call hypothesis testing. It's coming from what we call hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing. From what we know, we always begin by establishing whether the population is known or unknown. Whether the population is known or unknown. Now, what do you think? Is this population known or unknown? Is this population known or unknown? What do you think? Yes, Abel is saying it is known. Paswell known. Bosbori unknown. Unknown. Yeah, this population is unknown. This population is unknown. And the reason as to why it is unknown is because the standard deviation given is not for the entire company. It is per department. And the study is about the company. So the standard deviation of the population is unknown. And then the other thing is that we are comparing two means. So it's a case of means difference. It's a case of means difference. Is a case of means difference. So that being the case, the first step we know is always to come up with the hypothesis. It's always to come up with the hypothesis. So the hypothesis, the null hypothesis, will be saying that x bar 1 is equal to x bar 2. X bar 1 is equal to x bar 2. That is 260,000. 260,000. That is the first mean is equal to 310,000. Is equal to 310,000. The alternative hypothesis, we will be saying that x bar 1 is less than x bar 2. X bar 1 is less than x bar 2. That is 260,000 is less than 310,000. Is less than 310,000. From there now, we bring the significance level. So the significance level alpha we are already told to do at 95%. From there now we bring what we call test statistic. Test statistic. So the test statistic T we know is given as x bar 1. minus x bar 2. This one, you divide by the square root of something here known as n1 minus 1 s1 squared plus n2 minus 1 s2 squared. You divide all this by n1 plus n2 minus 2. This one unafungia kwa brackets hivyo. Then unasema times 1 out of n1 plus 1 out of n2. That way. Then from there now you tell me T calculated will be equal to 260,000 minus 310,000. The whole of this. The whole of this. You divide by the square root of n is 29. So 29 minus 1 times the standard deviation is 25,000. 25,000 squared plus 24 minus 1. You multiply by the standard deviation is 30,000. Then you square this. Sasa hii yote, this one, you are dividing by 29 plus 30 minus 2. Ukie kwa brackets hivi. Then you say times 1 out of 29 plus 1, sorry, this is 24. This is 24. 1 out of 24. So work out that and then you will give me the answer. Work out that and save the answer.
Yeah, I can see the figures trickling in from Abel, Najma, Siobua, Mohammed, Paswell, Waboi. And they are all giving minus 6.62. Minus 6.62. So I believe the others are able to confirm that. Let me get some more people, at least 10 persons, so that we can proceed. One more person to confirm, so that at least I proceed with the 10 confirmations. I'm waiting for one more person. Okay.
Let us proceed now. The next step
The next step now is what we call the decision rule. The decision rule. So decision rule we are going to have something like this. And because in the alternative we had said, in the alternative hypothesis we had said is less than, then we are coming for the less than sign here. This is the one that we want. And if we find ourselves on this side, we will say reject null. We will say reject null. And if we find ourselves on this side, we will say accept null hypothesis. Accept null. And then on this point, I will need minus t as 1 minus 0.05. And the degrees of freedom will be 29 plus 24 minus 2. So I want you to go to your t tables and give me this figure. Give me this figure from your t tables. Go to your t tables and give me the figure. Yeah, I can get it from Najma. Explain what has been bracketed. What is bracketed? First of all, this one is the confidence interval, 1 minus 5%. So it's 95%. So you go to the column that is titled T0.95. And then these are degrees of freedom. 29 plus 24 minus 2, you go to that row. And if it is not there, you go to the nearest. You go to the nearest winter. So according to Najma, it is 1.671. Someone else to confirm the figure. Welcome, winter. Yes, Aisha confirms. Cynthia, Abel, Waboi, good. So those are good confirmations. So with those confirmations, we proceed to make our conclusion. We proceed to make our conclusion. And the conclusion that we shall give is tulikuwa tumepata -6. So we will say reject null hypothesis. Reject null hypothesis since T calculated is less than T critical. That is minus 6.62. I think that was our calculated value. Is less than minus 1.671. Less than. Then what does that mean? When we say reject, what does that mean? I told you in writing the meaning, you go to the words of the examiner who had said, determine whether there is a significant difference between the average monthly salaries. So that means there is there is a significant difference. A significant difference between average monthly salaries. There is a significant difference between average monthly salaries of employees in the two departments. In the two departments. So the difference in salaries is significant. It cannot be ignored. If you are okay, then type yes so that I proceed to the next. Yes, I can see the yes is coming. The yes is coming. Okay. So with that, let us read the next question, part D. Part D, BD College offers 3 courses, namely accounting, computing, and driving. The college has a total population of 500 students. Data obtained from the college revealed the following. 329 students were undertaking accounting course. So we are given all that, and then we are required to present the above information in a Venn diagram. So again, we have that. So the question at heart is November 2018, question 1D, and the question has come from set theory. The question has come from set theory. So this one, we require that we draw Venn diagram first. Venn diagram. Draw the Venn diagram. So the Venn diagram, we have 3 items there. We have 3 courses. So the courses are accounting. This is accounting. This one is computing. And this other one is driving. Driving. So here we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So here we normally record N. N is the total number of students. We are told they are 500. So here we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And then we will have the total down here. And that total will be 500. From there now, we are supposed down there to bring what we call equations and workings. Equations and workings. Equations and workings. So if you have drawn, andika drawn. Kama umemaliza kuchora, andika drawn. Ebe, Cynthia, Aisha, Waboi, Abel, Mohammed, Jane, Patrick, Winter, Chepkoech. Good. Those are good confirmations. So we can start now recording the equations as per the question. So we are told 329 were undertaking accounting. So you say 329 should be equal to everyone who is in accounting. So you get to accounting, all the members who are inside accounting, that is A plus B plus C plus D. That is 329. From there, 186 were undertaking computing. So everyone who is inside computing is equal to 186. So 186 is B plus C plus F plus G. That is everyone who is inside computing. 295 were undertaking driving. So everyone inside driving, that is a total of 295. So 295 is equal to C plus D plus E plus F. Plus F. Then we are told 83 were undertaking both accounting and computing. So 83, they were undertaking both accounting and computing. So accounting and computing, that is BC. So B plus C. B plus C there. Then I have 217 were taking both accounting and driving. Accounting and driving, 217. So 217 is accounting and driving. That is DC. So C plus D. And then 63 were undertaking both computing and driving courses. So computing, that is 63, they were undertaking both computing and driving, that is CF. C plus F. Now from there, try to solve and give me the answers. I see. Recently we solved a question like that. Let me give you 3 minutes. I see whether I can get an answer from you. Yeah, I can see Eliana giving figures. The others, you are seeing dust. Yes, Hannah has given us A as 82, B 30, C 53, D 164, E 68, 10 for F, G 93. Siobua says she's agreeing with Hannah. What about H? H is 0. Now that someone has already differed, Rihanna is saying F is 16 and C is 47. We can now try. Our boy is also in agreement. Aisha is also in agreement. Cynthia Bosibori. Abel. Odole is saying ameona dust, ameona kivumbi. Jude, tuko pamoja. Let's try to solve for the interest of those who are seeing dust. For the interest of those who are seeing dust, so that they see right. Okay, so the first thing is to bring the whole equation is to say A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G plus H is 500. That's the first thing. Then you say H is 0 because H are the people who are not doing any course. And the study was about students. So if that is true, you record H at 0 there. Then you come here. In this equation, first of all, you pick the whole of this block. This one, A, B, C, D is known. That block. Then we also know H. We also know H from this one, because we know CD here, CD is known, then we also know EF. So we can come here and say even EF is known. So we are left with G, and G should therefore be 500 minus this block of 329 minus this block of EF. EF should be 295 minus CD. CD is 217. You minus H, which is 0. And I think that is the one giving us 93. That is the one giving us 93. Once we get that, this equation has helped us, we mark it out. We go where else we can get G. Tunafika hapa. When we come here, we find we have G there. And we also know BC. BC is also known. So if BC is known, we'll be able to say that F should be 186 minus BC. BC is 83 minus G, which is 93. And that is the one that should give us 10. That's all. That is 186 minus 93 minus 83. 10. Good. Alright, so that should give us 10. So this one has helped us. When that one has helped, we come here where there is F. When we get here, we know F. We also know CD. So we are able to say that E should be 295 minus CD. CD is 217 minus F, which is 10. And I think this is the one giving us 68. That is the one giving us 68. From there, hii imetusaidia, tumeshukuru. Tukikuja hapa, we already know CD is known, but A and B are not known. But when we come here, we know F. So if F is 10, it means that C should be 53. That is, C should be 63 minus 10, 53. Then, tukikuja hapa, we know C. We will then say D should be 217 minus 53. And I think that is the one giving us 164. 164. Nikifika hapa, I know C. So I'll be able to say that B should be 83 minus 53. And this is 30. That is 30. And then from there, I should be able to say that A should be from here. All these are known. A should be 329 minus B 30 minus C 53 minus D 164, and that is the one giving us 82. And those are the figures. So I think those who had seen dust, are we okay now? Paswell, Mugane, Eliana, are we okay now? And the hour was right, good. Now you can see. So if right has come, let us now try to provide the solutions to the required items. What the examiner had required. So the solution to what the examiner had required, solution, Roman 1, he had required the Venn diagram, which is already done. Number 2, number of students taking all the 3. Students taking all the three. Students taking all three courses. All three courses. There's a C which is 53. That is 53. Students taking only one course. Students taking only one course. Those who are taking only one are A plus E plus G. Those are the only ones. So when you get to their totals, you should say 82 plus 68 plus 93. That is the total that you should have. $243. I wish to proceed to part B now, or rather question 2. Question 2, yeah, good. Today I can see that. Let us go to question 2 now. That says, ABC Limited manufactures and sells electronic calculators whose marginal cost function is given by, we are given that, the fixed cost of production amounts to that. The total revenue function is estimated to be quadratic in nature. The table below shows the sales revenue realized by the company at 3 different production levels. So we are required to get to the total profit functions and the maximum profit. And the maximum profit. That is what we are required to get. So the question is again in November 2018, question 2A, and this has come from functions, specifically profits maximization. Profits maximization. That is where the question is coming from. In dealing with this, I told you, you begin by saying that total profit should be equal to total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue minus total cost. So let's begin with the total costs. Let's begin with total costs. Begin with total costs. So looking at the question, what we are given is the marginal cost. What we are given is the marginal cost. So we are going to say integrate x minus 100 with respect to x. With respect to x. So this one will become x raised to power 1, you add back 1, then you divide by the new power 1 plus 1 plus or rather minus 100x, which is currently raised to power 0. You add back 1, then you divide by the new power 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1, and then you add c, which we call the constant of integration. The constant of integration. So this narrows down to this will be 2, so 0.5x squared minus 100x plus c in our cost function is the fixed cost. So the fixed cost is 250. You write 250 because the figures are in thousands. So that is our total cost. That is our total cost. Let us go to the total revenue. Let us go to the total revenue. Now, total revenue, we are told it is quadratic. So if it is quadratic, we will say R is equals to AX squared plus BX plus C. R is equals to AX squared plus BX plus C. That is the general format. Let us substitute. So for the first one, it is 1,600. 1,600 being equal to 20 squared. If you square 20, what do you get? 20 squared is what? 400. So we will say 400A plus 20B plus C, and this one you call it equation number 1. You call it equation number 1. You bring the second one, 3,200 being equal to 40. 40 squared is 1,600. 1,600A plus 40B plus C. And this one you call it number 2. Number 2. Next is 4,800. So 4,800, 60 squared is what? That is 600. So 3,600A plus 60B plus C, that is number 3. That is number 3. From there, you say removing C. Removing C from 1 and 2. Removing C from 1 and 2, I will have 1600 being equal to 400A plus 20B plus C. Then I bring that 200 is equal to 1600A plus 40B plus C. So we will have to subtract so that C can disappear. So tell me 1600 minus that 2 is equal to what? 1600 minus that 2 is equal to what? Minus 1600, good. Minus 1600. 400 minus this, that must be minus 1200A minus 20B, and this one you call it question number 4. That one you call it question number 4. Then from there you proceed and say removing C from equation 2 and 3. Equation 2 and 3, I will have that 200 being equal to 1600A plus 40B plus C. And then 4800 being equal to that 600A plus 60B plus C. So you subtract. When you subtract, you appear that 200 minus 48 is minus 1600. Minus 1600 equals to 1600 minus that 6 is what? Minus 2000. Minus 2000A minus 20B, and this one you call it equation number 5. That one you call it equation number 5. So I'll then say removing B from 4 and 5. Removing B from 4 and 5, I will have minus 1600 being equal to minus 1200A minus 20B. Then I bring this other one, minus 1600 being equal to minus 2000A minus 20B. So in order for my B to disappear, I will have to subtract. So now 1600 minus 1600 is equal to what? Yes, Abel is equal to 0. 0. And this other one, minus 1200 minus 2000 is equal to what? 800A, and that is 0. So what is the value of A from there? What is the value of A from there? The value of A must then be 0. The value of A must be 0. Good, good. So substituting in equation 5. Substituting in equation 5, I will come here and say minus 1600 is equal to minus 2000 times 0 minus 20b. So from there, solve and let me know the value of b. From there, solve and tell me the value of b. Yeah, good, good. Now that's the here 8. I am then substituting in 1. Substituting in equation 1. We will say 1600 is equal to 400 times 0 plus 20 times 8 plus C. So solve and let me know the value of C. Let me know the value of C. It is 0. Thus, revenue is equal to 8x. Revenue is equal to 8x because the others have become 0. So with that now, let us bring or let us now compute total profits. So pi, profit when inasimamiwa na pi, it will be 8x, that is the revenue, minus the total cost. Total cost we had gotten 0.5x squared minus 100x plus 250 plus 250, not x squared. Maybe let me write how it should have been here so that no one is. So if you go by the equation that we have here, this one, it will be 0x squared because A is 0 plus 8x because B is 8 plus 0, and this is the one that is giving us 8x. Is that okay? Good. So open the brackets and establish that this will be 8x minus 0.5x squared plus 100x minus 250. Welcome. So bringing the right terms together, this 8 to join this 100, I'll be left with 180x minus 0.5x squared minus 250. That is what I will be left with. So for maximum profits, maximum profits, we will say for maximum profits, the differential of pi with respect to x should always be equal to 0. The differential of pi with respect to x should be 0. That is, let us differentiate this one. When you differentiate, you get 180 minus 1x being equal to 0. And then it follows that x should be 180 units. X should be 180 units. And thus, maximum profits will be equal to, you substitute that in this function. Therefore, 180 times 180 minus 0.5 times 180 squared minus 250. So out of that, give me the value of the profit. Yes, I can see 15,950. 15,950. That is the way to handle such a question. And I wish to proceed to part B now. Yes. Part B says X limited, Y limited, and Z limited in the production of detergents. On January 2017, the three companies introduced a new detergent in the market. Prior to introduction of the new detergent, the three companies had an equal share of the market. A survey conducted on the market shares of the three companies as that 1st of December 2017 revealed the following. So that one I'll read as we saw. So straight on, we are told to get the market shares of the three companies as at that 1st of December 2018. So the question of November 2018, question 2B, has come from a topic called matrices, and specifically Markov analysis. Markov analysis. So when we are told to get the December, that first share, we will argue like this. We will argue like this. We will argue like this. That if you get that 1st of December 2017, that 1st of December 2017, you multiply by what we call, transition matrix. Transition matrix. It should give you, you should be able to get what we call, or what the examiner is calling, that 1st of December, that 1st of December 2018. That 1st of December 2018. So if that is what we are going to have, we will have something like this. There are 2 companies, or there are 3 companies here. We have company X. So we are told as at that 1st of December, the companies had an equal share. So if they had equal share, kila mtu alikuwa na what? Everyone had what share if they were equal? Yeah, a third. It is a third. Everyone, because the total is 1. So if we work with 2 decimals, this one must have had 0.33. Then Y should have had 0.33. And then Z. Now, for the purposes of obeying one of the characters, that they must add to 1. They must add to 1. So this one we make it to be 3, 4. Although we have been told it is equal shares. Although we have been told it is equal share. Then we have the transition matrix, which says from, we have X here, Y here, and Z here. To X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. So let us now read the information as we record. We read the information as we record. We read the information as we record. So, information 1. X Limited had retained 90% of its customers. So if they retained from X to X 0.9, 0.90, but they lost 3% to Y and 7 to Z. I told you losses are written on the rows. So to Y, they lost 0.03 and to Z, 0.07. 0.07. Then Y Limited have retained 75%. So Y to Y is 0.75. 0.75. And they lost 10% to X. So 0.10 and 0.15 to Z. Z retained 80%, so ZZ 0.80. And they lost 5 to X, so 0.05. And then 15 to Y, 0.15. So, if you multiply that, we should now have the share. We start with X. So, to do a calculator, we multiply. I believe now everyone knows how to multiply matrices. So, tutachukua hizi to multiply hivi downwards. So it will be 0.33 times 0.9 plus 0.33 times 0.1 plus 0.34 times 0.05. Ukipata hiyo jibu unarusha haraka. Yes, good. I can see them coming. 0.347. Let us do the same for Y. It will be 0.33 times 0.03 plus 0.33 times 0.75 plus 0.34 times 0.15. Anna, maybe you recheck you are working. Yeah, it is okay to do decimals, but for us, we are giving the full figures. So 0.3084. Tuma hiyo nione, good. I can see Siobua. Then you take the last one. And because of ensuring that they add to one, it will be better now you say 1 minus 0.347 minus 0.3084. This will be the sure way. That would be the sure way of ensuring that we add to 1. It's the sure way of ensuring that we add to 1. 0.3446. That is the sure way. Okay. So I think we have finished that. So when you're told to do the long run, shares, you say let X to be the long run market share for X or for company X, Y to be the long run market share for company Y, Z to be the long run market share for Z, where X plus Y plus Z is equal to 1, and therefore Z should be equal to 1 minus X minus Y. Then, in the long run, in the long run, if you take now X here, Y here, now instead of bringing Z, you bring so in the long run, I'm saying you bring X, you bring Y, instead of bringing Z, you bring now 1 minus X minus Y. 1 minus X minus Y. Times the transition matrix. The transition matrix is 0.90, 0.3, 0.07, 0.07, 0.10, 0.75, 0.15, 0.05, 0.15, 0.80. Should be equal to, put at this side, you should get x, you get y, 1 minus x minus y, 1 minus x minus y, because we say in the long run, they are equal. This times this times this, it should be equal. Multiplying, we will be able to get 0.90x plus 0.10y. (0.90x) plus 0.1y plus 0.05 minus 0.05x minus 0.05y should be equal to x. Should be equal to x. So putting like terms together, I will have 0.90x minus 0.05x minus 1x, this one, plus 0.1y minus 0.05y should be equal to minus 0.05. When we seek to put like terms together. Then from there, you say, chukua calculator, useme 0.9 minus 0.05 minus 1 is equals to what? This minus this, send me the answer. Yes, Siobua, I can see minus 0.15. So we have minus 0.15x. Yes, Jogoimi confirms Abel Najma, good. Then for y, same 0.1 minus 0.05. So that will be positive 0.05y. Should be equal to minus 0.05. And this one, we call it equation number 1. That one, you call it equation number 1. So do the same now for the second one, where we will say 0.03x plus 0.75y plus 0.15 minus 0.15x minus 0.15y should be equal to y, the second value there. So doing just like what we have done with the other one, we will then say 0.03x minus 0.15x plus 0.75y minus 0.15y minus 1y is equal to minus 0.15. So this then becomes 0.03 minus 0.15 is minus 0.12x. Then 0.75 minus 0.1 minus 1 is minus 0.40y. Y should be equal to minus 0.15, and this one we call it equation number 2. Equation number 2. Then I will say removing, let me removing x. Removing x. If I want to remove x, what I will need to do is to come here and say minus 0.15x plus 0.05y is equal to minus 0.05. Then minus 0.12 minus 0.40y is equal to minus 0.15. Any can do, Eliana, you can use any. You can use any method to eliminate and to solve. So no particular reason. So for me to remove x, I multiply by opposite coefficients. And because these ones are decimals, let us multiply here by 12 and we multiply here by 15. We get I will say 0.15 times 12 is minus 1.8x plus 0.05 times 12 is 0.6y is equals to minus 0.6. Then 0.12 times 15 is minus 1.8x minus 0.4 times 15 is 6y. Then 0.15 times 15 is minus 2.25. Minus 2.25. So for my x to disappear, what I will have to do is to subtract. And when I subtract, I'm left with that is 0.6 minus 6 is 6.6y equal to minus 0.6 minus 2.25 is 1.65. And going by that, I get that my y, this one I divide by 6.6, I get 0.25. Now substituting in 1 or in 2, if I come here where I have 2, I say minus 0.12x minus 0.4 times 0.25 is equal to minus 0.15. So based on that, I can be able to say minus 0.4 times 0.25 plus 0.15 equals, divide by 0.12. If I just confine myself to decimals, this will be 0.42. And thus, Z should be 1 minus 0.42 minus 0.25. So 1 minus 0.42 minus 0.25, I get 0.33. So those are the long run shares. Those are the long run shares of the companies. Those are the long run shares of the companies. And I believe that you have finished copying. Have you finished? I need to run away now. We will pick up from there in the next lesson. Have you finished copying so that I can add the lesson? Okay, in case you have not, you will see it tomorrow in the replay. You will go to my YouTube channel, you will find it there. Thank you, Christine. Thank you.